Take even more action against Iran. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. He is considering it after imposing a 25% tariff on Iran's trading partners over the deadly crackdown on protesters. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt tells Fox
he is unafraid to use the lethal force and might of the United States military if and when he deems that necessary. And nobody knows that better than the Iranian regime.
A U.S.-based human rights group says nearly 650 people have been killed in Iran's attempt to quell the protests against the regime, which had cut internet access and phone service. But Fox's Jonathan Savage reports
now some people are able to make international calls once again. Receiving calls from outside Iran, however, still appears to be impossible. Some Iranians are trying to connect using the Starlink satellite service. It's banned in Iran, and there are growing fears the authorities could hunt down and punish anyone using Starlink.
In addition to the new tariffs to punish Iran, President Trump also posted on Truth Social, if the Supreme Court rules in favor of those challenging his authority to impose all the Trump tariffs on global imports, we're screwed, adding the U.S. would have to pay back hundreds of billions of dollars collected. As we await that decision, the Supreme Court will this morning hear arguments in a transgender rights controversy.
Now, these are two cases about two state laws that ban transgender participation in school sports. One case is out of Idaho, the other is out of West Virginia.
Fox's David Spunt. Now to Minneapolis, where the anti-ICE protests continue over last week's deadly shooting.
Murderous coward!
Demonstrators clashed with federal agents who used rubber bullets and tear gas, and now Minnesota's suing the Trump administration.
The suit alleges that the influx of federal agents under the Trump administration's Operation Metro Surge harms Minnesota's police powers and violates state sovereignty.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What they discovered when they jumped into the freezing water. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis, and it's 35 degrees. It feels more like 26 outside, but we're going up to 52. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02.
Car in the water for one of the victims. Every occupant out of the vehicle at this time. CPR in progress on two patients. One was with IMPD in good condition, 014.
That's 911 audio from early this morning. A man is dead after his car went into a retention pond for reasons that are still unclear. The crash happened just after midnight off Pendleton Way near I-465 and Pendleton Pike. His two kids survived after 4 Indianapolis cops jumped into the freezing water to pull them from the submerged car.
I want to confirm Medic 37 transported 2 IMPD officers.
Affirmative.
And the officers were taken to the hospital. At least 2 of them were taken for a checkup, but they're said to be fine. Frigid temperatures and snow are expected to arrive in Indiana at some point this week.
But first, we're going to have some warmer and above normal temperatures as we start this work week.
That's Jason Puma at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis, talking about temperatures warming up into the 50s today. But tomorrow, cold air arrives and snow is possible across the state. The Marion County Sheriff's Office says they've made a decision about ICE detainees. Here's John Herrick.
Marion County Sheriff Kerry Forstall says the County Adult Detention Center in Indianapolis will no longer hold ICE detainees for extended periods of time because of overcrowding and budget constraints. Forstall says they cannot keep operating like this, and the state must play its role in ensuring public safety in Marion County. He says if this continues, then the next sheriff will be forced to seek additional beds simply to remain under the 2,400 inmate budget cap that's been imposed by the City-County Council. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
At Gamebridge Fieldhouse last night.
6 to shoot. Siakam on the foul line leans in and scores off the backboard with 6 1/10 to play. Boston takes their last timeout as Indiana takes the lead at 98-96.
Mark Boyle called the eventual game winner along the Elevance Health Radio Network as the Indiana Pacers beat the Boston Celtics 98-96 for their 3rd win in a row. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com on this Tuesday morning. Traffic and weather together next at 6:04.
Gain insight on how to prepare for a secure retirement.
In our younger years, we want as much growth and accumulation as we can muster.
Take advantage of a free discovery call, 877-524-2677, 877-524-2677.
It's important for you to understand what that's going to look like later on.
And tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show with Will Gonzalez, Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. Over 3 decades of restoring your home or business to better than new condition. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
All right, checking out southbound 69 after 106th Street. We have a breakdown in the left lane. Not a lot of people out, so no delay here at the moment. Just watch out for them. Emergency vehicles are on scene. With that left lane closed, westbound 70 to the airport, no problems here. We're moving up to speed from Meridian Street entrance ramp downtown out to the airport collector, and that's a 9-minute trip. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Get up to $600 back on Samsung appliances exclusively Grand Appliance during their New Year new appliance sale. Visit grandappliance.com for full details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. What's happening?
Hey, Tony. Good morning on this Tuesday. Actually, not a bad day. We'll go partly cloudy this morning. Clouds will be on the increase a little bit. I think it's probably going to be the last seasonably mild day we'll have for a while. I've got a high of 50. Might get a little gusty wind gusts up to around 30 miles per hour this afternoon, but the daytime hours are dry. Cloudy tonight, scattered rain showers late tonight through the overnight hours. Temperatures will kind of hold into the upper 40s through around midnight, and then a cold front moving through overnight will kind of crash our temperatures. We'll hit our high near 40 just after midnight. Much of Wednesday will be into the mid-30s, and watch out for some scattered light snow showers throughout the day. Very minor accumulations, if any. Thursday, spotty snow, cold, a high of 26. And Friday, another round of scattered snow showers and chilly with highs into the mid-30s.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. Appreciate you. 34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:07. So is he going to get impeached or is he going to resign? No, I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. These are the questions. I was trying to see where the markets were on this, and I don't see that question. But I know that it's there. Those who do the rumor milling are doing some very, very good rumor milling indeed. That you might see Walz face impeachment from his assembly, from his state legislature, I should say, for looking the other way on this fraud. This massive fraud that no one will be surprised is going to reach into the billions of dollars. That was allowed on his watch by his team with tacit approval. It would be one thing to say he orchestrated all the fraud. I don't think you could actually make that claim. But the idea that he knew that there was this loose affiliation of fraudsters and we weren't really looking at this and we weren't really paying attention to that, and we were going to downplay this, and oh, you don't want to be a racist, that. I think that's the way people feel. And impeachment is not about the law. Impeachment is a political process. People lost faith. People think X, Y, and Z. Gone. when we think of it on the federal level, high crimes and misdemeanors, it covers a whole host of things. Yes, they can impeach for any reason. That's foreshadowing, by the way. We'll get into what that is with President Trump. But the other possibility is that he's going to step away. There has been more than one bit of rumor milling that we are going to see Tim Walz step out of the governor's mansion as soon as next week. Now, what do I think of the rumor in question?
Rumor has it. Rumor has it. Rumor has it. Rumor has it.
I doubt it. I mean, everything is possible. The only reason I doubt it is that I do not know if Minnesotans want to be left with Peggy Flanagan, the imbecilic lieutenant governor, who is somebody who has approved of and supported violence in support of trans kids. The same woman who wears a hijab and gives in to Islamists. There may actually be support for him to stick around because that's just too awful. Because she is a great insurance policy. By the way, if she thinks she has people to be mad at, wait till you see what the Washington Post editorial board said about boys and girls sports. The entire Let's Mutilate Children movement is taking the loss. But we can't rest until they're done and no one brings up this insanity again. I will have that story for you, what the Washington Post said, and the latest on Iran. That's all coming up. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick, an Indiana startup getting national attention at 6:32. Nominations are now open for IBJ's annual 40 Under 40. Submit your nomination by January 26th at ibj.com/nominations.
Hey, what's going on? It's Hammer from the Hammer and Nigel show. And I'm not going to lie to you. I needed help. I got a bald spot in the back of my head, and it's embarrassing. I see it when I'm on television. I see it when I'm on the YouTube channel. So I decided to reach out for help. And my friends at We Grow Hair Indie decided to help me out here. These guys are the absolute best. I was a little leery about it. I could not have a procedure that, one, hurt, or two, left me looking like I'd been scalped. But after I talked with Darren and the entire team at We Grow Hair Indie, they told me their state-of-the-art technology, the progress made in hair growth, it's going to be okay. If I can do this, you guys can do this. Contact the team at We Grow Hair Indie, 317-522-2995. That's 522-2995. Get that free evaluation. It's free. You can also go online to WeGrowHairIndie.com. Contact them today and do this with me. WeGrowHairIndie.com.
When it comes to your home, it's important to sell it to someone you can trust. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
I'm excited to start the new chapter of my life. I'm going to be moving 2 states away to be with my husband. Ronnie came out to do my walkthrough. It was great. We had a chance to talk about the house. We had a chance to listen to what my goals were, and they helped me to meet them. Then I had the offer, I believe, within 2 hours of them coming through and doing the walkthrough. Simple Quarters never tried to change their offer at any point during the process. Once they gave me that offer, it stood. The offer was absolutely fair. They did explain to me how they came to that price, and it was a fair offer. The best part about this process is I didn't have to make any repairs to the house. Simple Quarters has taken it as is, which is a huge stress relief. It just couldn't have worked out better. It really couldn't have.
Call Simple Quarters 317-687-HOME, 317-687-HOME.
Indiana winters are when serious plumbing problems show up. Frozen pipes, no hot water, backed up drains. Indiana winters deserve a real local Indiana plumber. Hey, it's Denny Smith, and at my house I use LD Smith Plumbing and Drains. Real local people answering your call who live, work, and play here. And they're specialists. All they do is water. Call the company I trust, LD Smith Plumbing and Drains, 317-927-7186, ldsmithplumbing.com.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Hey, it's Tyrese Halliburton. I've met some incredible people right here in Indiana, all waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. Different backgrounds, different stories, but they all had one thing in common: hope. Saying yes to organ donation provides that hope. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives. That's 8 families who get more time together. You have the power to save lives. So next time you're at the BMV, or even right now at donatelifeindiana.org, say yes to organ donation.
Traffic on the 5s, and Matt Bear is in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Tony, ice reported on I-65 over the Georgetown Road Bridge. That's just to the south of the Lafayette Road interchange. So watch out, especially on those ramps today. Could have some icy patches that could cause you trouble. Coming in from Fisher, southbound 69 after 106th Street. That's a stall blocking the left lane, causing a bit of a slowdown. No delay here at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Indiana Foundation Service, your local experts in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. Book your free inspection now at indianafoundation.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Where are we? What's our temperature right now? 34 degrees? I'll take it. 34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Time is 6:16.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out.
There are a series of reports that the number of dead in Iran in these protests, yesterday we were discussing the number was 500, and you saw this number in a lot of places. And what we said was, and I think I'm quoting myself, it's got to be more than 500. When you take a look at the size and the scope of the protests and understanding what the Ayatollah and the regime are all about. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Find everything at WIBC.com, including the live stream. The number didn't make any sense. 2 million protesters. This regime is trying to survive. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, certainly isn't going to hold back. 500 seemed low, and we knew that there were 10,000 at least dissidents in jails, people who had been arrested for wanting a free nation and wanting the Islamists to be gone. There is reporting today that says 12,000 are dead. It's an opposition website called Iran International. Now, I share this with you as this got picked up in multiple sources, and it's going to be a talking point in social media and other places. I want you not to not believe it, not be like, oh, that number's made up. I am saying these numbers are going to change. These numbers are fluid. These numbers are going to be utilized to want to bring others into the fight, including, if not specifically, the United States and promises that President Trump made. Trump has been very, very clear that he will get involved. One of the things he did to get involved was impose a 25% tariff on any country doing business with Iran to put more pressure on the leadership to further isolate it. The problem here is that all this does is move the regime and those with the bullets into saying, well, this is our last stand. We're going out with all these people dead. They don't care about any life whatsoever. It doesn't actually put pressure on the regime to stop the killing or to leave. It says go out with a bang. That's the problem with this move. So no, I don't agree with it. Should we be going in, stopping them? I have serious reservations about sending troops in. Now, dropping bombs on strategic military sites, I'm really okay with. Because what I've learned from the Iranian nuclear attack at Natanz, at Fordow, and Isfahan, those were the names of the three sites. What the Israelis were able to do, what we did in Venezuela, you don't even see us coming. It could be happening right now for all I know. That you can get me to be involved with. This tariff is only a problem for the people on the ground. It only makes life harder on those fighting for their lives and fighting for their freedom and fighting for their future. Is it 12,000? I can't answer the question. Would any of us be surprised if it was 12,000? No. And so there's the difference. I want us, just as these things are being reported, to hear the number and then remember that these things can change and that there's a fair amount of manipulation that goes on all sides. You don't have to question where we are and whether or not we want the Ayatollah to remain. Any rational person wants the Ayatollah and the mullah's gone. The irrational person, for example, would believe Hamas when they say there are 9 billion children who were killed, or whatever numbers, garbage they were throwing out. They all lie. And so this brings out an interesting part, too, that when you see media discussing this, they'll say about these Iranian numbers, oh, well, these numbers are coming out from a dissident group, and it's hard to know whether they're true. But they all believe the Hamas numbers. Well, the Gaza Ministry of Health says 69,000 here and 142,000 here, 12,000 there. The Gaza Health Ministry was Hamas, and every rational person knew it. And people like Jesse Brown and his ilk were very happy to buy into those numbers, those lying fraud numbers. It was all made up. It's Hamas. They're liars. The Iranians are liars in terms of the regime. So leave that there. Know that this is happening and know that this is going to get rougher by the moment. And the thing that you should be most paying attention to in the story of Iran is this. The French embassy is evacuated. They're not doing that for their health. The French embassy evacuating, and take a look to see if other embassies are evacuating, is because either they truly feel they're in danger from the actual protests or they know what's coming. It's a sign. It's like when you order pizza in D.C. I'm not talking about the nonsense of Pizzagate, right? And the people who buy in there, etc. You know the story about pizza. You can track online deliveries, pizza deliveries in D.C., and get an idea of if there's action taking place at the Pentagon. It's the weirdest, most amazing, ridiculous thing. But when you see an increase in pizza deliveries, it's because people are working late, and you can garner or gather that there may be some activity going on with the military. It's nuts. The French embassy evacuating is a big deal, because it's not about being safe. It's about other things engaged in states of preparation. Then there's number two. President Trump has been having conversations with, I never pronounce his name right. It's Pahlavi? Is it Reza Pahlavi? That's the crown prince of Iran, who is in exile in the United States. So not connected to the Ayatollah by any stretch, but a figure of opposition to the Iranian regime. The son of the last Shah of Iran. If he is having conversations with President Trump, one can make an assumption that it is about return, or at least about action. We've been saying this now for a while, all eyes on Iran, all eyes on Iran. Now, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be, peripheral vision and keeping an eye on some other things like Colombia, what's next in Venezuela, etc. Always an eye on China. But this is getting very, very fascinating. I only hope the people there are still fighting. I only hope they get their freedom. I have no idea if the 12,000 number is real, but it certainly will not shock me if it is. And the U.S. said if dissidents or if protesters are killed, we will get involved. One has to assume we're getting involved. And it will not be troops on the ground. It will be degrade their ability or eliminate their ability to attack other nations as they try and go out in a blaze of glory. That's the latest that I've got on Iran. Matt Bear has got traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Southbound 69 on the northeast side coming down from Fishers. This is a stall blocking the left lane, no delay, because we don't have a lot of people out here at the moment. Also, check it out, 65 to the south of the Lafayette Road interchange. Ice reported on the Georgetown Road Bridge. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hammer and Nigel here. Bill Demery would like to give you a 20% upfront bonus when you invest your money. Not only do you get a 20% bonus, you're also going to get an annual return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past decade. Discover how you could get an upfront 20% bonus plus an additional return that's averaged nearly 10% for the past 10 years.
Bill Demery explains things in a way that's easy to understand. Because let's be honest, the world of retirement and finance, it can be pretty complicated. But not when you work with the best. Bill Demery, your retirement guy. Contact him right now, 317-805-4716. Ask about the upfront 20% bonus on your money. Upfront, 317-805-4716, or visit yourretirementguy.com. That's yourretirementguy.com.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us, 317-563-0868, or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strict.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom design jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.jewelry.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu. an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Let's say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln. Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8, 9, 10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What the Supreme Court will be taking on today. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis, and we're at 35 degrees, going up to 52. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. The Supreme Court will hear arguments today in 2 cases involving transgender athlete bans.
Idaho and West Virginia are asking the Supreme Court to overturn lower courts' decisions to block state laws banning transgender girls from participating in women's and girls' sports. Lower courts have concluded separately that the bans discriminate, quote, on the basis of sex and violate the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause and the landmark Title IX civil rights law. It's not known how many trans athletes are competing in school or professional sports, but in 2024, NCAA President Charlie Baker said that of the 500,000 college athletes in the country, openly trans people accounted for, quote, less than 10 athletes total.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting. Minnesota and Illinois are both suing the Trump administration over immigration enforcement activities that leaders say is unconstitutional and terrorizing communities. The separate lawsuits filed yesterday come after the administration surged enforcement activity in Chicago and Minneapolis. The latter, where an ICE agent shot and killed a woman last week. Republicans are divided this morning on President Trump's attempts to acquire Greenland.
Congressman Randy Fine introducing a bill to authorize President Trump to take such steps as may be necessary to acquire Greenland and make it the 51st state. President Trump believes the island has significant minerals and a strategic location for national defense. House GOP Conference Vice Chair Blake Moore, though, doesn't believe the cost to acquire Greenland would make for a worthy investment.
If you actually go and look at the information, the data, what it would require, I have not seen anything that would be a sensible approach.
Moore points out the U.S. already has a military base, and the minerals would be hard to obtain because of the island's climate.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz reporting. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. An Indianapolis-based startup that has developed stainless steel tableware for families and lunch trays for schools is continuing to grow its national presence. Ahimsa, founded by Indianapolis pediatrician Dr. Manasa Mantravati, was featured this week on The View, and just last month began selling its products on Target's website.
So far, everything has been going well. People are finding us. People are purchasing us. I think a lot of people gifted us for the holidays.
Tickets for next week's college football playoff national championship game between Indiana University and the University of Miami are a hot commodity, fetching eye-popping prices just for those hoping to get into Hard Rock Stadium. The get-in price for tickets to the January 19th game is just over $3,200. By comparison, the get-in price for last year's title game between Ohio State and Notre Dame was a little more than half that amount. Purdue University has announced a 5-year partnership with Google Public Sector centered on artificial intelligence-enabled education, as well as accelerating AI innovation and expanding workforce development. Google Public Sector is a division of Google launched in 2022, designed to help U.S. public sector institutions, including educational institutions, accelerate digital transformations. You're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
The president of the Knox County Chamber of Commerce is assuming the top leadership role at the Indiana Chamber Executives Association. Jamie Neal has been named president and executive director of the statewide organization. She replaces Shelley Williams, who has held the position for some 25 years. Another historic building at French Lick Resort is coming back to life in a modern-day revival. The Billiard and Bowling Pavilion, located just a short walk from West Baden Springs Hotel in the Hotel Gardens, is opening its doors to guests for the first time in more than 90 years. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, Gary, checking out southbound 69 after 106th Street. That's a stall, not causing any of us delay right now, but it is in the left lane, so please watch out for it. Looking at southbound 65 into downtown, that looks fantastic here at the moment. No problems as you make your way from the 465 ramps down to Meridian Street. About an 8-minute ride. Northbound 65 slow from Raymond Street into the South Split because of construction. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
You know, Matt Bear, the chat room would be very appreciative if you'd slide into the live stream.
I would love to. No, seriously, I totally would, but I don't have the the equipment.
You go to youtube.com/WIBC and then say, I'm going to watch Tony Katz in the morning news, and then you're in the chat.
Oh, I see. I thought I was supposed to be on camera.
No. No, nobody wants that. They just want you in the chat.
Well, that breaks my heart.
Oh, and then also they asked if you could slide into their DMs and send photos.
I could only send out so many DMs a day, you know. I mean,
are you on one of those
about,
plans like minutes?
Yeah, you keep it under 12 and just, you know. So I'll try to squeeze it in. I really will, but I got a lot of DMs going out on the daily.
Yeah, on the daily. I get it. That's so true.
Yeah.
A lot of DMs from that. Bear.
Yes.
So many. I was trying to think of a bit. I didn't have one. We're gonna move on.
I was too. That's funny.
34
to do too.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:36. A check on sports. Ryan Hedrick, 3 in a row.
Yes, sir, Tony. The Indiana Pacers did win their third straight game, edging the Boston Celtics last night, 98-96. Pascal Siakam hit a clutch shot in the final seconds. Head coach Rick Carlisle.
You know, it's so fitting that Pascal has the ball on our last possession. Gets what ends up being the game-winning shot, and he just played one of his better games.
Siakam dropped 21. The Pacers take on the Raptors tomorrow night downtown, when Indiana and Miami hook up for the college football playoff national championship next Monday. Indiana head coach Kurt Cignetti says his team will be healthy and ready.
Yeah, we came out really good, and everybody that played in the last game will play in this game.
He says Miami is aggressive and athletic. Kickoff 7:30 at Hard Rock Stadium. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day and nothing worked until Mark Patrick hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food. Crazy. Enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again. My blood pressure went down, and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings. January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking at 8. Or January 31st, Holiday Inn Express Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Give family a call for your family maintenance plan, 317-577-8077. Maintenance is crucial.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
So the Texans take out the Steelers in embarrassing fashion for the Steelers. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning and live streaming, youtube.com. WIBC, just look for it. 30 for the Texans, 6 for the Steelers. But it is the Pacers with their third win in a row, 98-96, over, what the heck? Over the Boston Celtics. Now, we should be perfectly clear. The idea of the Pacers, which are the worst team in the East, making their way into anything like a playoff run seems like impossibility. If we take a look at just the Chicago Bulls, who are 10th, they're 18-20. They need a very, very good run for a very long amount of time. And they still have to be able to do better than the Wizards, the Nets, the Hornets, or the Bucks. So, when I say there's a long way for this team to go, I mean every word of it. However, it's nice to see a little bit of movement. It's nice to see a 3-game win streak. It's nice to see that, you know what, they haven't shut down. I think that's the part. And if anything gets anybody interested in like, now we need to get to a Pacers game, they haven't. They haven't said, well, you know, Halliburton's out because of the Achilles, and it just didn't go great. And, you know, all right, well, let's call this season a wash. They're playing. And right now, I agree. It's 3 in a row, and they're 9-31. They had a 13-game losing streak. Now what they need is 10 more to have a 13-game winning streak. Losing streaks, much easier to do. I don't see that coming. But I appreciate momentum, and I appreciate not giving up. I like that. I don't like the idea of tanking for draft picks or lottery picks or anything. That's all nutty. You play to win the game. So let's hope the Pacers do that. 3 in a row ain't so bad. Tony Katz, 93, WIBC. Good morning.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm with Applied Innovation customer Jeremy Gump, Chief Administrative Officer for GT Independence, a company with over 900 employees nationwide.
We have a very significant end-of-year or beginning-of-year printing job that we do.
When your previous vendor and equipment couldn't perform, you contacted Applied Innovation.
And at that point, he got the right people in touch with us. Applied Innovation helped us scale and automate this very complex year-end printing process. And more importantly, their support is fast and reliable every single day.
Sounds like Applied Innovation has become an important partner.
Absolutely. I would describe that as a partnership. Yes. They understand our business very well.
So you're sold on Applied Innovation?
Yes. When I get the opportunity, whether it's our local school districts or other local businesses, I'm quick to recommend Applied Innovation.
Make your complex job simple. Call Applied Innovation today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. Biggest stories in Indy and rumors of caller roulette.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
The governor is screwing people in his home county, and they're pissed off. We'll play you some audio. Tuesday, 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
Traffic on the 5s, Matthew Bear, what's going on?
Tony, looking at southbound 69 after 106th Street. It is a stall in the left lane causing stop-and-go traffic almost to 116th Street. We have a crash on State Road 32. It's at Hamilton Boone Road, and that could be a little difficult to make your way through that intersection here this morning. South side, northbound 65, stop-and-go after Keystone up to the south split. That is construction. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:45. Washington Post, you could argue they've seen the light. You could argue that they have recognized the turn in America. You could call it in any type of way that you would like. But what I think is more to the point here is that those people who still want to push that boys should be able to play in girls' sports are going to lose and should. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. Boys should not be in girls' sports. This is the idea of trans children, which should never happen. They're children, and anybody who supports children engaging in anything like changing gender or puberty blockers or mutilation, these people are child abusers. And we should deal very severely with child abusers. There are two cases that are going to be argued in front of the Supreme Court. It's a great write-up over there at SCOTUSblog.com. I haven't seen anything creep in yet regarding ideology, as I think they have new ownership. They just do a good job of explaining what's going on with the Supreme Court of the United States, SCOTUS, or SCOTUS. Little versus Heckox, and then there's West Virginia versus BPJ. Those are the courses. Those are the cases. And so today you're going to hear the arguments in West Virginia versus BPJ and Little versus Heckox, Hecox. These challenge state laws that ban transgender girls from participating in girls' sports. Transgender girls are boys. Transgender women are men. Men are not women, women are not men. We've been through this a bajillion times. There are still those so hateful and so spiteful and so desperate to mutilate and manipulate. They still want to scream that this is real, like they want to scream that gender-affirming care is real, like they still want to scream that if you don't let a child change their gender, it's going to lead them to suicide. These people are child abusers, and we should say so. It is different than when dealing with a parent who's trying to figure out how to still somehow stay connected to their kid, who is confused, and states where laws side with the mentally disturbed child and not the parent. I am not a believer in taking it out on parents who are stuck in that position. I am a believer in parents who are proactive in abusing their children and mutilating their children. I am in favor of throwing them in jail. It's child abuse. We wouldn't allow it in any other case. We can't allow it in this case. So you already have certain cases that have been decided. There's the 6-3 decision on something called Skrmetti, Skrmetti. So that was Tennessee. Tennessee law not violating the Equal Protection Clause, right? That somehow keeping a boy out of girls' sports would constitute sex or transgender status discrimination. These cases seem to be more concrete and have much more of a, hey, this is the way it is going forward. Well, let's discuss the way it is going forward. And that can be seen from the Washington Post editorial board, which put out an opinion yesterday. Trans athletes head to the Supreme Court, and the tagline there, neither science nor the American public is on their side. Oh, is that right? So it turns out men are not women and women are not men, and all those people who said so were liars because they don't have the science. Like Rachel Levine, this man who claimed to be a woman who was in HHS department and was therefore an admiral, a man and a liar and a fraud, and did great danger to children across America. Put forth by the Biden administration that worked part and parcel to abuse these kids. Don't ever forget it. And don't ever let these people have power. One of the things that will get discussed January 24th. Oh, it's so good. I was reaching out today. I'm going to get the full menu. What are the, because I know we've got this huge thing like past food going on, like all into the evening. I want to know exactly. I have it somewhere. I can't remember what's on the menu. Oh, yeah. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to bourbon you. We've got live music. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Trump 1 year later. How we win the midterms. Going through this last year, and what do we learn from it to go win the midterms? Because they are very winnable. People who are negative, man, they are not seeing the whole field. I have got it, and I'm going to share it with you. It's going to be such a fun night. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. It's going to be a party. And it's weird. Like, we went into the holidays, and maybe it's because everybody was focused on the holidays, right? And I can appreciate that. It didn't feel two-party atmosphere. Things are different. Things are different, and it's weird. It's within the madness we're seeing the opportunity, and I think it's created more of a reason for people to get together and say, hey, we can overcome this. Minneapolis, what's going on in Iran, what the Supreme Court is doing in these cases, what we're seeing from the economy, there's this, if we stick together and honestly address situations and even disagree out loud, we've got victory. We do. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, WIBC.com. You can get your tickets there. January 24th, Trump 1 year later. Oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so great. And yes, I will be in a tux. You don't have to be. You could do cocktail attire, or you could do a suit, wear pants, whatever it is. I will also let you wear, if IU does win, you can wear your IU red, and I will allow that. That will be considered very, very appropriate attire. I will allow such things. But what a thing for the Washington Post to say. Neither science nor the American public is on their side. Here's what they write. The Supreme Court has the chance this week to save women's sports, allowing states to restore a level playing field for girls by excluding biological men and thereby correcting one of the worst excesses of America's cultural revolution. Oh, okay. So we now are in the place of full admittance. That is a mea culpa right there. Of course it's wrong to let boys play in girls' sports, men play in women's sports. Of course it's wrong to sideline women. Of course it's wrong to elevate men over women like this and tell women to lay back and take it. The people who push this stuff are wrong. The culture that wanted to scream that this was good and protecting of children was wrong, and we should fight back against it. That's a cultural shift that you made happen. And there were a lot of people in the state of Indiana who were screaming at you about culture wars, screaming at me about culture wars. All you want is a culture war. You only want to start a culture war. Yeah. And we won. And then we got to wait to see what the Supreme Court does. But if we've gotten the Washington Post editorial board, we won. And you child abusers out there, you lost and you deserve to lose. If you are pushing your kid to engage in this stuff, hormone therapy and puberty blockers and mutilation surgery, you don't deserve to have children. Indiana Democratic Party, you were wrong. Completely and totally wrong, all of you. Why not just admit it? Say so, and then work with us to protect kids. We'll disagree about something else. But the people who disagree about this have to lose. And that's why we have to win the midterms. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets now. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, Tony, looking at southbound 69 after 106th Street. That's a stall blocking the left lane and causing stop-and-go traffic back to 116th. Crash at State Road 32 at the Boone-Hamilton County line. Also looking at northbound 65, slow out of the Northwood down to Meridian Street. And on the south side, northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split because of construction. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, if you're looking to sell or buy, now is the time. Call real estate expert Mark Dietl. Troy in Connorsville admits he was a real estate challenge. Wanted to sell his home over market value and buy a home near his favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to town. Mark Dietl and his team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold the current home in 10 days for $10,000 over list.
And it's the guarantee that separates Mark Dietl from the competition. Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Nobody does it better than Mark Dietl. Contact him today, 317-755-4232. 755-4232, or go to markdietl.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietl.com.
A house or business fire is something you never want to think of. But should it happen, think fast. Think Michaelis. Over 35 years of rebuilding lives and spirits at the same time. No one comes more respected or as fast. Trust the ones the insurance companies trust. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
You still thinking job change in the new year? Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy. IT? Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI. That's what I did. Really? How? Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up. Sweet. Are classes online or on campus? Both. Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Join me January 24th as we sip some bourbon and talk about how we win the midterms. Trump, 1 year later, the Red Tie Gala, the highs of the last year, the lows of the last year, and how we win the midterms. We're going to drink great bourbon, eat great food, laugh a lot. Come join me January 24th, 2026, downtown Indianapolis at the Hyatt Regency. Trump, 1 year later, with me, Tony Katz. Go to tickets.TonyKatz.com, tickets.TonyKatz.com, or get your tickets right now at WIBC.com, and join me for some great bourbon January 24th.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Leave all of the 2025 dirt behind and start the new year with Zero Res. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, and hard surfaces, your whole home can be Zero Resified, including your air ducts. With a 4.9 Google rating and over 5,100 reviews, Zero Res is the trusted choice. So start the new year with 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $119, plus a free hallway, and take 15% off regularly priced services when you mention the WIBC special. 317-388-5141, ZeroResIndy.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes, I'll tell you why Indianapolis police and firefighters responded to a retention pond early this morning. What the Marion County Sheriff's Office is saying about people being held on ICE detainers, and what IU head coach Curt Cignetti is saying just ahead of the national title game next week after Fox News. From the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1. Indianapolis, it's 7 o'clock.
They're trying to break ICE. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In Minneapolis, where the protests rage on. Angry over what they call murder. The shooting death last week of a woman, Homeland Security says, was interfering with ICE operations and drove toward an immigration officer. Matt Finn with Fox is there.
Protesters appear to start throwing snowballs and water bottles at federal agents who can be seen tossing tear gas canisters into the crowd as they drive off. Tensions continue to flare as both the state of Minnesota and Illinois file lawsuits against the Trump administration over federal immigration enforcements. Minnesota's lawsuit argues in part that immigration agents are invading Minneapolis and overwhelming the much smaller police force.
Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons tells Fox they're only increasing their force in Minneapolis because agents are under attack, and
we're not asking, any government agency in Minnesota to do immigration law for us, so I don't see how that's an overreach.
Now to Iran's crackdown on demonstrations against the regime.
It's hard to get a true picture of the clearly brutal regime response to protests in Iran, but the US-based group, the human rights activist news agency, says it's verified the deaths of at least 646 people, with that number expected to rise.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump's considering military action against Iran's crackdown. He's also imposed 25% tariffs on imports to the U.S. from countries that trade with Iran. The president also posted on Truth Social, "We're screwed. If the Supreme Court rules, he's exceeding his legal authority, imposing tariffs on goods from around the world." This morning, the justices consider a transgender rights case.
Idaho and West Virginia are asking the Supreme Court to overturn lower courts' decisions to block state laws banning transgender girls from participating in women's and girls' sports. Lower courts have concluded separately that the bans discriminate, quote, on the basis of sex and violate the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause.
That's Tanya J. Powers. America's listening to Fox.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
An emergency response on Indianapolis's northeast side this morning. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis. 35 degrees. It feels more like it's 24. We're going up to 52. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. A man is dead after the car he was driving went into a retention pond overnight on Indy's northeast side.
Clear how we got 3 in the water. We've got 3 victims out of the water at this time. CPR in progress. I'm unclear if we have a vehicle in the water or not. Trying to obtain more information.
911 audio. A man and his 2 children. His 2 children survived thanks to 4 IMPD officers who jumped into the freezing water, while Lawrence police and Indianapolis firefighters used rope bags to help pull the family out. The crash happened off Pendleton Way near I-465 and Pendleton Pike. The officers, at least 2 of them, were taken to the hospital and are recovering. Snow could arrive in Indiana this week.
We're going to see a cool down in the later part of this week, along with chances for snow going from Wednesday night on through Saturday night.
That's Jason Puma, forecaster at the National Weather Service, Indianapolis.
Thursday, dry day, high near 27. On Friday, a 50% chance of snow, a high near 35. And then on Saturday, a 30% chance of snow with a high near 29.
And snowfall totals will vary depending on where you're at, and forecasters should have a better idea of when the snow will arrive and how much we'll get a little bit later on today. Money and overcrowding of people being held on ICE detainers are two things that Marion County Sheriff Kerry Forrestal calls troubling issues. In a Monday news release, Forrestal said the Marion County Adult Detention Center can no longer hold detainees for extended periods of time because of the budget and overcrowding problems. They are currently housing about 175 people being held on ICE detainers who Forrestal says should be in state prison, which is costing around $3 million annually. IU head football coach Curt Cignetti has some familiarity with Miami defensive coordinator Kerry Heatherman. John Herrick reports.
Back when Cignetti was the head coach at James Madison before coming to Indiana, Heatherman was his defensive coordinator from 2019 to 2021. On Monday, Cignetti said some of what Heatherman does now is similar to what he's known, but also some things have changed.
He's going to create havoc up front. Stop the run, TFLs, sacks. They got 47 sacks on the year. And he's going to attack.
Cignetti says he holds Heatherman in very high regard as Indiana gets ready to play Miami next Monday in the College Football Playoff National Championship game. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Pacers, thanks to a last-second shot by Pascal Siakam, beat the Boston Celtics at home last night, 98-96. That's 3 wins in a row for the Pacers, who are back at home on Wednesday against the Toronto Raptors. And prosecutors have decided not to charge Notre Dame head football coach Marcus Freeman after an incident at his son's wrestling team. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at southbound 69 after 106th Street. A stall blocking the left lane. Stop and go traffic back to 116th Street. A crash at State Road 32 at Hamilton Boone Road. Also, check it out, I-65 south of the Lafayette Road interchange. Ice reported on the Georgetown Road Bridge. If it can be there, it can be anywhere. Please watch those ramps this morning. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Get up to $600 back on Samsung appliances exclusively at Grand Appliance during their New Year new appliance sale. Visit grandappliance.com for full details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We're going to look for a partly to mostly cloudy sky for today. It is going to be breezy and mild. Winds may gust up to about 30 to 35 miles per hour. We'll go with a high today of 50. Tonight, look for mostly cloudy skies. Some scattered showers will be possible. And then heading into Wednesday, we're going to look for temperatures to take a nosedive. We're going to see some cloudy skies. Scattered light snow showers will be possible. Very minor accumulations could be around. We'll look for temperatures to be, our highs actually be early in the day and then fall throughout the afternoon. And then 20s for highs on Thursday with some spotty snow showers.
Don't forget, you're going to see Tara Hastings live and in person next Saturday, Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. And in honor of Tara Hastings, if you belong to any, don't be coughing on me, Tara. I'm saying something very important here.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Do you have a cold?
Something. I had something over the weekend.
Tara Hastings will not be in attendance on January 24th. I will keep you all safe from her disgusting weather plague. Wow.
I'm much better now.
I'm not going to lie, Tara. You sound hot.
I feel like I'm that Johnny Cash song where, what is it? Daddy saying bass, Mama saying tenor. Is that the right, or is Mama saying whatever it is? I feel like I have a low voice. Ooh, yeah. There we go.
See, when I do it, Carl, it's hilarious.
Don't make me laugh because I'm going to cough. Get off my lawn. You mean like a login or something? That is correct. Wow. Nailed it.
Honestly, guys, we don't even need the rest of you here. This is totally insane what we're doing right now. But I was going to say, if anybody in the sound of my voice is a young Republican or a person over the age of 18 who wants to attend the event, because Tara Hastings is coming, I have a code for you to get the deal of deals. All you have to do is reach out on Twitter, X at Tony Katz, Facebook, Tony Katz Radio, Tony at TonyKatz.com. You reach out. I'll send you the code. I'll say, oh yeah, in honor of you, Tara Hastings.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We just wanted to open it up. We want all types of people to be there and to meet you because they're very excited to meet you.
Yeah, I do a very large pour.
Yes. Yes, she does. And for an extra $5, she'll cough on it.
I'm sorry.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Tara Hastings. Go feel better.
Thank you.
Go. Well, if you want soup, we'll send it your way. Just ask.
Oh, thank you. I'm good.
Tara Hastings. There she goes. Godspeed to you. Right now, we've got ourselves 34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Ooh, okay.
The time is 7:09. Seriously, I do have a deal for the young Republicans and, well, anybody. About time we got younger people in. Let's go to work. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Two for you. Let's start with the story that is leading Indianapolis. The Marion County Sheriff saying the jail will no longer hold ICE detainees longer than 48 hours. This is a story that can be spun, and it shouldn't be. This is about the Marion County Sheriff, Kerry Forstall, saying that the sheriff's office is holding individuals who should be detained in state prison facilities. These are people that are coming to them regarding ICE, having ICE connectivity, and that the Marion County Sheriff's Office doesn't have the budget to be able to house these people. So the Marion County Adult Detention Center has a budget that comes to them through the Indianapolis City County Council. That budget is not inclusive, gotta love the use of the word, of these other detainees. And so what the sheriff is saying is we simply don't have the money to make this happen. We have a threshold of 2,400 inmates, and that was exceeded on Sunday, so this has to change. First of all, how bothered are you, like me, that we have 2,400 detainees? What exactly is going on? Well, it's too much policing. Or it's something else that's a serious issue. So Forstall meets with Immigration's Customs Enforcement, and what they have decided is that the Marion County Sheriff will hold individuals on ICE detainers, but the Adult Detention Center will no longer keep ICE detainees for longer than 48 hours. They will be transferred out via ICE, via federal funds. So that's the story there. I say to you that first, we have a lot of people in jail and dealing with the criminal justice system. We should ask ourselves what we're doing and whether or not it makes any sense. And then the follow-up here is this is going to get spun as either ICE is being too active or Forstall is not engaging properly with ICE. I may disagree with Forstall politically, but I don't think that's what the story is saying. I think this is a straight economics. Guys, you can't ask this of us. We don't have these dollars. The city didn't give us these dollars. We have to put the dollars towards our own issues. You got to figure it out. I think that is a legitimate thing to say. And there's nothing, at least based on the reporting, I would have no reason to think otherwise, and I don't. I don't think poorly of Forstall or anybody else in this situation, not even the City County Council, which I, of course, find to be, in the main, a pretty lousy outfit. This was the budget. Now, we want more in that budget. Well, that's a different conversation. But this is a circumstance, these things don't jive situation. That's what it looks like to me. Now, if somebody wants to share with me some other data, like, oh, no, Tony, check out this, I'll happily look at it. And then there's the story of Roger Goodell. But we'll get to that coming up. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m. Stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear, what's going on?
Looking at southbound 69, coming in from Fishers, and we have a stall after 106th Street, a block to left lane, causing stop-and-go traffic. Back to State Road 37. Ice reported on 65 south of the Lafayette Road interchange. It's over the Georgetown Road Bridge. If it could be there, it could be anywhere. Please watch those ramps today. Crash State Road 32 at Hamilton Boone Road. South side, northbound 65 slows through the construction. Keystone Avenue up to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Get up to $600 back on Samsung appliances exclusively at Grand Appliance during their new year new appliance sale. Visit grandappliance.com for full details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8-9-10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8-9-10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
Getting ready for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. If it's inside your four walls, you call Booher. Yeah, that is the call. The kitchen, the bathroom, the basement, that remodel. By the way, Booher, expect a call. We're moving forward on the kitchen. Now, I'm not doing a full kitchen gut. Oh, I'm a boy with dreams, but I'm also somebody who lives in reality. We're just going to be making some changes, countertops, backsplashes, just creating a better look for the kitchen we've decided to keep. And that's just it. Sometimes you've got big dreams. Sometimes you know, whoa. That's not the right thing to do. What we should do is just this. And Boer is there. No matter which way you want to go, the best material, the most skilled craftsman, I'm not going to worry. I know that when that kitchen is done, that countertop's going to look amazing. Sink's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be reconnected, and everything is going to work perfectly. That's what Boer does. They listen to you. They're not trying to sell you. They're trying to understand what it is that you need. And when they do, they can make that happen for you. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen, the name brands, if I could speak, that you know, like, and trust. Talk to Boer today. 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-852-5546. Boer Remodeling. 852-5546 or online at Boer, Booher, BoerRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. I want to give you a 1-2 punch regarding immigrations and customs enforcement because we should at least understand how some other people might view the situation. I did not want Renee Good shot. I think what Renee Good and all these so-called protesters are doing is disgusting. It is obvious that the left is looking for fights, wanting violence, and they don't care who dies. That is based on their actions. That does not mean that everybody who might look at their actions and say that's despicable is okay with everything happening regarding ICE. And so there's this narrative that's starting to form, and I want to discuss it now. Let's start with everybody's favorite commie, Bernie Sanders.
I am very worried that ICE is becoming a domestic army for Donald Trump. And this goes way beyond the issue of immigration. It goes to the movement in this country toward authoritarianism and fear.
Well, you're talking about a guy who's been talking about authoritarianism for forever. This is what he does while he wants to institute his communist approach and then claims that other people are authoritarian. That's adorable. But an interesting use of the terminology, he's worried that ICE is becoming a domestic army for Donald Trump. I would put forth to you that any of us, if we were just sitting, you, me, on the bar stool having a bourbon, that we would be concerned at any time that a government could be used against the people. Certainly we saw this regarding President Trump with the DOJ of Joe Biden. Weaponized against Trump, weaponized against the people. We saw the IRS weaponized against Tea Party groups. So the concern of on any level of this, considering we've seen this from our government, I think is a legitimate one. And it rests in people's heads, somewhere in the back, somewhere in the occipital, however you want to describe it, that we know that our job is to be wary of an ever large, ever increasing, ever growing government. So I find it interesting that under analysis, Bernie Sanders is engaged in a conversation of concern against the thing that he wants, which is government growth. But that leads us to this part 2 conversation. This is Jim Vanderhei, who is Axios. And he is on MS Now. Ms. Now. Listen, I didn't name the thing. Don't yell at me. And he's on there with the Morning Joe folk, who used to be the Intellectual Morning Show. And so this is about how people allegedly inside the White House are worried about the crackdown on immigration.
But if you step back and you think about the top 100 problems facing the country, the idea that some people are here illegally and working at Target in Minneapolis doesn't strike most people as one that would crack that list. And
I must start by saying that's not true. Now, I assume that Jim Vanderhei is going to point to some polling. but the near 80 million Americans who voted for Donald Trump voted on this issue. You're right. They might be taking a look at their 401k. They might be taking a look at gold prices. They might be taking a look at the economy writ large. They might be taking a look at education or healthcare at any one moment. But if we want to talk about subjects that got Trump back into the White House, this is in the top 3. Kamala Harris being number 1 and 2. Can't have that. No. Really can't have that. Oh, and by the way, the border and illegal immigration, it's got to stop. It's all the same subject. So while at any one moment his comment might be true, overall, I don't think it is true. But give it a little more time.
And then they look at the polling, and that polling's been shared with the president and his political team. Every day it's getting worse in terms of what people think of the immigration policy, and they think about this idea of sending U.S. troops or government officials or government people working for the government into these cities, into democratic cities, and then having this level of violence, this level of chaos.
So I would say to Jim Vander, who I'd never met and I would have on the show, I would have no reason, I don't think, not to, that if the actions of ICE were in a vacuum, isolated from other realities, I think he'd have a point. And I would think that if there is an actual concern within the White House, I would argue there's always concerns in the White House about how something looks. I think that would be standard politics 101. I think this would be true of Democratic administrations, Republican administrations, Libertarian administrations, if there ever was one, right? That would be a standard thing. If this existed solely and exclusively in a vacuum, but it doesn't. The actions of ICE, which someone on the political right could say, dude, they need to engage this much better with much more focus. They really do. It could be countered by, are you seeing the attacks from the left? The violence of the left? The videos calling for ICE agents to be killed? ICE agents being shot at? Look how they're blocking traffic. Look, they're throwing snowballs. They're throwing ice balls. They're getting violent. They are violent. They're burning things down. They're destroying buildings. His argument would work. You could actually see it and be like, okay, therefore this, or they should rethink certain levels of approach if it existed in a vacuum, and it doesn't. And that's what I think is missing here. What's missing on MS Now? Someone like you and someone like me saying, guys, you're not looking at the whole story. Again. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's up, Matty Boo Boo?
Yeah, taking a look at southbound 69 in Fishers. That's a stall after 106th Street, blocking the left lane and jamming up traffic back to 126th Street for a 9-minute delay. East side, northbound 465 slow at East 56th Street. Southbound 31 in Carmel slowing down 116th Street past 111th. On the south side, northbound 65 slow in spots like after Southport Road up to 465. And again after South Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That's going to be a 4-minute delay. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
The governor is screwing people in his home county, and they're pissed off. We'll play you some audio Tuesday, 9 to noon, 93 WIBC.
Tristan Fliss, IT support manager at Out of Door Academy, relies on applied innovation and paper-cut software to manage his fleet of printers.
It has taken the stress of completely managing 30 to 35 copiers on a day-to-day basis off of the department that I work for and put it into the hands of technicians that really know the equipment and know how to troubleshoot and fix it in a timely and efficient manner.
Would you recommend applied innovation and paper-cut?
Would I? 100%.
What would you tell other IT professionals about applied innovation?
That if they're looking for a company with great technology, great hardware, great customer service, and fast response time so that they don't have any downtime or little to no downtime, that Applied Innovation would be the company to look at.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple from a partner you can trust. Call today 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been a client for nearly 20 years, and I can tell you it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting, carrying, working without wondering if my body's going to quit on me. That's real strength. That's real results. And I'm not talking about vanity muscles. This is strength that shows up in real life. What makes Exercise Inc. different? The professional coaches, many with over 15 years of experience and a private gym where every workout is guided, efficient, and safe. Here's the best part. It only takes 20 minutes a week. Their training method came out of an osteoporosis research study. Their Simple 9 nutrition program has helped clients lose over 40,000 pounds, and people see real improvements in strength, energy, and health. This isn't a resolution you quit. It's a habit you keep. The consultation's free, and it's worth it. 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood. Now in Fishers. Change your life in 20 minutes a week. Go to exerciseinc.com.
Guys and ladies, you made your New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happened? You don't see results and give up. If you want real results in 2026, go now to Synergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now at getmyhealthfix.com. Get real about your health this new year with Synergen X and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test.
Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergen X and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with real providers, get real medication, and real results. People across Central Indy are going to Synergen X and Low T Center to change their lives. Walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Pat Sullivan here. Fire emergency? I've had one. If you do, call Michaelis. Owner Richard Michaelis explains why.
Michaelis is local and family owned. 39 years of experience with 24/7, 365 response. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified, restoring your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
And Michaelis helps you through the insurance process, giving you peace of mind. Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIX-INDY.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss at 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They want ICE agents out of their state. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis where it's 35 degrees. It feels like it's 22 outside, but we'll warm up to 52. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. Protests continued in Minnesota Monday as the state announced it was suing the Trump administration to keep immigration agents out of the state.
The suit alleges that the influx of federal agents under the Trump administration's Operation Metro Surge harms Minnesota's police powers and violates state sovereignty. These rights are guaranteed under the 10th Amendment, the lawsuit states. DHS, meantime, is accusing state and local officials of prioritizing politics over public safety. They say some of the illegal aliens they've arrested have lengthy criminal records, including convictions of strong-arm sodomy, strong-arm rape, and sexual assault. Minnesota's Attorney General is asking the court to hear their motion.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera. The lawsuit comes after an ICE officer shot and killed a woman in Minnesota last week. Illinois is also suing the Trump administration over deportation efforts there. Nurses in New York City are on strike this morning for a second day. Thousands are protesting at 3 private hospital systems.
It's not a good feeling. I want to be inside taking care of my patients, but I have been working at Montefiore for 8 years, and this is unacceptable. Safe staffing saves lives.
And that's Kate. She's a nurse, and nurses at Mount Sinai, New York Presbyterian, and aforementioned Montefiore want higher pay, better health benefits, and safer working conditions. Montefiore says the union is asking for too much, like a 40% pay raise. New York Presbyterian says it's ready to keep talking as long as it's a fair contract. Opponents of the Iranian government say protesters have say protests have already killed at least 600 people.
It's hard to get a true picture of the clearly brutal regime response to protests in Iran, but the US-based group, the human rights activist news agency, says it's verified the deaths of at least 646 people, with that number expected to rise. Iran International, an opposition-funded news outlet, claims as many as 12,000 people were killed by security forces over the weekend. None of this has been independently verified, but witnesses have told the BBC that Iranian government forces fired directly into lines of protesters. "We are fighting a brutal regime with empty hands," said one.
Fox's Jonathan Savage reporting. President Trump will be in Michigan today to talk about ways his economic policies are working. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says Trump will kick off his visit with a stop at the Ford factory that's producing F-150s. And today marks the 30th anniversary a kidnapping led to the development of the nationwide Amber Alert system. Amber Hagerman was abducted in Texas while riding bikes with her brother in 1996, and her body was found 4 days later. President George W. Bush signed the Amber Alert into law nationally in 2003. Sports. On WIBC at 7:34, IU head football coach Curt Cignetti said that playing Miami for the national title will be a tough challenge, but he says his team's preparation will stay the same.
This week is no different than any other week. We have to be on point. We have to stack meetings, practices, and go in totally prepared. But then you got to put it on the field, against a great opponent.
And kickoff Monday at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Monday at 7:30. The Indiana Pacers have won 3 games in a row, including a 98-96 win over the Boston Celtics last night. Indiana center Jay Huff says their recent losing streak gave the team some perspective.
Yeah, I think we had to learn a lot from those games, learn how to win close ones. I think winning that Charlotte game was big for us, just for our confidence in those moments. Same with this one. And I think just knowing that we can win those, I think it's huge.
And the Pacers play the Toronto Raptors at home tomorrow night. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear?
All right, Ryan, looking at the east side, northbound 465 is stopped from 70 up to Penn Pike. That's a 3-minute delay. We do have a crash reported in that area. Inbound 69 stall after 106th Street, blocking the left lane and jamming up traffic back to 126. That is a 10-minute delay. ICE reported on the I-65 bridge over Georgetown Road that's just south of the Lafayette Road Bridge. South side, northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic after Southport Road 2465. Northbound 65 slows again from Keystone Avenue up to the South Split for a 7-minute delay. Southbound 65, 70 loaded from Michigan Street into the South Split because of construction. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We've got 34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Trust our family to take care of your family. Call us today for our family maintenance plan at 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Quills scratched in a Boston chamber as 8 black Bostonians signed their names. In a city that preached liberty, they dared to petition for their own.
WIBC celebrates the spirit of 76. Brought to you by Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later.
January 13th, 1777. Prince Hall and 7 other black men petitioned the Massachusetts legislature, declaring that they shared in common with all men a right to freedom. Their appeal echoed the Declaration's promise. However, it did not free blacks that day, but it sparked a reckoning that would soon make slavery incompatible with Massachusetts' Constitution.
The spirit of 76. History remembered. Freedom celebrated. Sponsored by Trump. 1 year later, an evening of insight, conversation, and bourbon with Tony Katz. Tickets available at WIBC.com.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, when you really, really, really want to celebrate the Hoosiers, I think that's going to be the whole week. Things that help people get ready to see IU take on Miami in the national championship, which will be heard right here on WIBC. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. During downtime, clearing my head, getting ready for what's next on the show, I find myself on Facebook Marketplace. Cool stuff, odd stuff, weird stuff, strange stuff. I'm scrolling around, checking it out. The Marketplace brought to you by IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's your cash. Go get it. IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Fast, easy, free to use. And you get your cash, which is waiting for you. Text my name, Tony, to 46220. Find out how easy it is to work, how easy it is to get your money. Go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov. Matt Bear, as you may know, the IU Hoosiers playing for a national championship. This is football we're talking about, against the, as Fingers Malloy would say it, evil Miami Hurricanes.
No, they're the devil.
Taking place on January 19th, and you can hear that game at WIBC.com. Do you have your gear? Do you have your regalia, your paraphernalia to celebrate properly?
All I have right now is my IUPUI ball cap, and I don't think that counts.
This is an Indiana pullover. Oh. It's in white. It's got the red stitching. It says Indiana on the front. And on the sleeve, it says only the best for the Hoosiers. It's got the IU logo there, and it's in 3X.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yep.
That's a tent. You can camp underneath that.
Yes, you can celebrate with a couple of people in that, which is maybe exactly what you're going for. Or maybe you'll find it snug. We're not here to judge.
No.
We just want you to celebrate the Hoosiers.
But
Who am I? Who am I to say, whoa, that's a big boy right there?
I mean, no, it's you look great on camera today, man.
I look great every day. That's not the point. What do you mean today? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm trying to change the,
Today?
Yeah. Well, it's every day, of course. Yeah.
Wow. Everybody caught that. I'm the guy who caught that last. Everybody else was like, oh, damn. And then they're like, oh, Tony didn't get it. And then they're like, oh, Tony got it. And then they're like, oh, damn, twice.
Do you have a poker table behind your microphone there?
Yes.
Is that what that is?
It's a table. You flip it over. It's a poker table.
Oh, you're running card games.
No.
When can I play? I'm good.
He's watching. He's watching the live stream in the studio behind me. If you have this pullover, you can come over for the game, and you can be all snug in it and watch the game.
Go Hoosiers!
Cigars will be smoked. I'll be serving oatmeal.
Nice.
That'd be fantastic.
Oatmeal brisket.
Right?
Yum.
By the way, this pullover, according never worn, Adidas brand. $50.
That's a really good price because this is quality. It's like a windbreaker, sort of, wear it out while you play golf. And I think you would have a good time with this, and you could cheer on the Hoosiers. You could say, I bought this the year they made their championship run. How about that?
3X is pretty big, though.
Well, I don't know. We just said we're not judging, but then you come back and say 3X is really big. So I don't know. Yeah.
3X would be too big for me by about 2Xs.
Oh, okay. Well. That's sad. I'm sorry.
So, but hey, it's there, and it's a good deal, and you should get it.
It is
because it'll make you look good.
Nice.
And then after the game, yeah.
Time to get busy.
Let me give. Can I give a ring update? Because things are getting fascinating.
Please do. Oh, this is the ring from St. Mary of the Woods. We've been talking about.
St. Mary of the Woods. Yeah. That is absolutely correct.
Good people.
So this woman posts a photo of a ring she found in Avon at a Meyer gas station in Avon and says, hey, I found this ring. What's the story of this ring? We start looking into it. We start asking you guys. You explain to us this is a class ring from St. Mary of the Woods College. Well, it turns out as I spoke to the woman, texting the woman who found this, it's from the year 1945. And it has the initials engraved on it, EMK. Well, people on the Twitter X start looking it up. And they go back to the yearbook of 1945. And right now, they have found the name of a woman who passed away in 2003.
Somebody stole a ring.
They think it might be her. And so therefore would belong to her family. Now, they're not sure, but people are now emailing to say, hey, is this indeed your ring? Does this belong to you? There's one woman who's a PhD. There's another woman that's being discussed. So everybody is now getting in on this. We're trying to find the owner of this ring. There is a woman whose name was Ellen Kelly. She was from Grand Forks, North Dakota. They actually found her yearbook photo, and they posted it. She was the editor of the Bugle Call, vice president of the press club. It's crazy. And Ellen Margaret Kelly. People are searching this, so we don't know. But EMK, Ellen Margaret Kelly. We're trying to find who this ring belongs to. So here's what you're going to do, producer Carl. You're going to take this story, you're going to take the listing, you're going to post it at WIBC.com. Have you found this ring? We're going to do what we can to find the owner. It was found in Avon Meyer parking lot at the Meyer gas station. Somebody knows somebody who owns this ring, Matt Bear.
Yeah, and think about it. It's in a place, it was found in a place that's not like usual, that you're going to find things all the time, and it's from 1945, so you would think that this would be a find here at some point, that we could return this ring to its rightful owner, or maybe the kin or the ancestry. That'd be cool. I think that'd be nice.
So let's figure this out. Let's try to be helpful here. Now, some people have said you're giving out too much information. There are frauds. I'm not the one who posted it. This woman did on Facebook. We're going to help. We're going to try and avoid scammers. We're going to try and avoid getting it to the wrong person and do what we can, do what's right. It belongs to someone's family. And it's outrageously cool. Let's find the person, guys. Everybody, we're on this here. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
Looking at westbound 70 on the east side, crash at Arlington Avenue. It's blocking. It's on the shoulder right now, and traffic is stopped. But go back to 465. Also on the east side, that's a crash. Northbound 465 before Penn Pike has us backed up to Brookville Road for a 21-minute delay. Inbound 69, stall after 106th Street. Now on the shoulder with stop-and-go traffic back to 126. Looking at I-65 at Georgetown Road over the bridge, ice has been reported. That's just south of the Lafayette Road interchange on I-65, so keep that in mind as you make your way. Could have ice out there this morning. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
We have got 34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
New Year's resolutions come and go. Big Ten wins, you earn those.
Norton in the corner, bingo!
Big Ten basketball means tougher defenses, louder buildings, and zero margin for error. Coach Darren DeVries has the Hoosiers ready for the work.
Our mindset has to be, regardless of shots falling, our defense has to keep us in the game.
Up next, IU versus Michigan State. Tonight at 8. No fluff, no filler. Hoosier basketball on 93 WIBC.
You're tired of your house being uncomfortably cold, and paying those high electric and oil bills to keep the heat on is shockingly expensive this time of year. You'd love to have new windows, but you don't want to pay a fortune for them. Well, January is a great time of year to replace your windows thanks to Window Nation. Over the last 20 years, they've installed over 3 million energy-efficient windows and helped tens of thousands of homeowners keep their homes comfy and cozy year-round, while also saving them money on monthly utility bills thanks to new windows.
And right now, they're more affordable during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 windows for free sale. So it's a great time to replace all the windows in your home. Plus, you could get them with zero down, zero monthly payments, and zero interest for 2 years. If you're feeling cold drafts from your windows, it's time for new windows. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 sale going on right now. Visit windownation.com to get started.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with an offer that's not blowing smoke. My friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling want you to stay safe and warm this winter and have an offer for just that. Hope will give you up to $1,500 for your old furnace for a full replacement system installation. So if your furnace is on the fritz, now's the time to take advantage before it's too late. Call Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. That's 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
Furnace on the fritz? Call Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Get an honest assessment on your current furnace or a great deal on a new one. Howald Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, where coming home never felt so good.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Contact Mount Valley Foundation Services, the foundation repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at fixmyfoundation.com.
Mark your calendar for January 24th at the Hyatt Regency for a night of insight and flair with Tony Katz. Trump 1 year later. VIP and GA tickets are available. WIBC.com for more info. Presented by Defiance Beef Company, Premier Arms and Chimney Solutions.
At a college radio station at the University of Massachusetts, Lowell, one of their hosts put out on a social media app called Blue Sky. If you've never heard of Blue Sky, it is dominated by the political left. It's where they ran to when they said, oh my gosh, Twitter is just, it's all about the Republicans and conservatives, and it's so evil. So they ran to a place called Blue Sky, and he wrote, it's simple, we killed J.D. Vance. It's a broken society. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. We don't kill anybody. Terrorists, enemies, those who are engaged in an attack against us, the duly elected Vice President of the United States, members of Congress. We don't SWAT people we disagree with in Indiana, and we don't say, hey, let's go kill the Vice President. We don't try and kill the President. That's not who we are. We don't do that here. By the way, all the swatting that happened in Indiana, are we going to get some arrests? Or are we going to pretend like, okay, that was a fun story to tell, but I guess it doesn't matter now? Because it matters to me. And I want to know where the Indiana State Police is on this. Where's an arrest? All these swattings, we can't find anybody? The broken society, the society that says, if we disagree with somebody, we have the right to engage violence against them. I don't know how to fix this. I have argued, as you know, the only way out is through, and I continue to say that that is it. And it can seem bothersome, and I would agree with you, that we bring the stories like this up on the show, except look at this. UMass Lowell Police promptly coordinated with the FBI, Secret Service, and other local police To ensure an appropriate response, contact was made with the individual in question, and the necessary assessments were conducted in collaboration with federal partners. Authorities confirmed there was no immediate threat. With all due respect, I would disagree. You could argue that the person who put out the post is not an immediate threat. It was in the heat of the moment, a series of things, no matter how wrong it is, because sometimes things are wrong. It is what it does to others. We have all been involved in moments, some more high profile than others, of acts that we wish we could take back. Maybe some haven't. I know I have. It'd be great to take it back, but it exists in the annals of history. There's nothing I can do about it, except be someone who discusses now why that's not a way to get things done. But in the case of the violence against people we politically disagree with, this is not being something that's like, hey, we don't do this here. It's being celebrated and applauded. And the polling shows that on the political left, they're into this and they agree with this. Which is why you can't send your kids to the University of Massachusetts. It's why you can't send your kids to a lot of universities where this stuff is pushed. The answer is not, I disagree with someone, so pew, 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 bang, bang. Whatever else. It can't be the answer. But I think I'm falling on deaf ears, not necessarily your ears, of course, because this is now mainstream. It's a daily occurrence. I don't know how to make it stop. It's a question of we need to make it stop, and there's an entire side of the political aisle that's like, nah, we're cool with it. To quote Nancy Pelosi, people are going to do what they do. It doesn't create a society worthwhile. By the way, if I said anything like that on radio, I'd be fired in a moment. Not even a question. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matt?
Eastside northbound 465 crash before Penn Pike, stopped to 40, and then crash westbound 70 at Arlington Avenue. Southside crash eastbound 465 at US 31. That's on the exit ramp to US 31 East Street. Those ramps are open right now. They're partially blocked. Northbound 65 on the south side, stop and go traffic after Keystone Avenue into the south split, an 8-minute delay. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799. 800-598-4799.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. Now through February 1st, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
totally changed my life.
It's amazing. I don't have any cravings. You want to quit, but have found it impossible? This is the thing for you. I have absolutely no craving. It's the darndest thing I have ever seen in my life.
It's not for entertainment. It's for results.
Do it. It works. Period.
You've tried everything else. You need to come and try this.
Stop smoking with hypnosis. Only $59.99 guaranteed or your money back. Stop smoking with hypnosis guaranteed with no irritability and no cravings. Don't just cut down, but stop smoking once and for all. In addition, use hypnosis to lose all the weight and destroy unwanted cravings. Hypnosis programs are Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis at 5:30, stop smoking hypnosis 8 p.m. Or Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m., stop smoking hypnosis at 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com. That's markpatrickseminars.com.
Applied Innovation customer Tom Cripps, CFO with Hungerford CPAs and Advisors, depends heavily on Applied Innovation during tax season for copiers, printers, and also secure shredding services.
We have a heavy need during tax season for a lot of documents that we need to confidentially dispose of.
Applied Innovation keeps your business up and running during critical times?
Absolutely. I mean, they've been great, and the service has been second to none.
Applied Innovation, office technology made simple from a partner you can trust.
The bottom line benefit is fast service, keeping the business up and running in efficient times and times that we need to get things done quickly, and I would say that trust relationship with Applied that they've provided with us and us with them, that we can count on them when we need to.
Applied Innovation, people you can count on. Call today 800-521-0983 or visit appliedinnovation.com. Applied Innovation, fast, friendly, amazing.
Coming up in 2 minutes, why 2 Indianapolis cops had to be taken to the hospital early this morning, what forecasters are saying about long-term snow chances to the end of the week, what a Hoosier parent is accusing a teacher of, and what IU head football coach Curt Cignetti is saying about their next opponent and the national title game. After Fox News, from the Dugan Air Heating and Cooling Mitsubishi Electric Studios, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
What will President Trump do next with Iran? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. More Iranians have been killed in the crackdown on days of protests. A U.S.-based human rights group puts the number of deaths at nearly 650. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt tells Fox.
Diplomacy is the first option, always has been, always will be. However, he is unafraid to use the lethal force and might of the United States military.
Fox's Madeline Rivera is at the White House.
Senior officials are reportedly expected to brief the president on other options, including cyber attacks and sanctions. For now, the president is using one of his favorite foreign policy tools, and those are tariffs, to ramp up pressure on Iran. The president writing on Truth Social, effective immediately, any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all business being done with the United States of America.
The president also posted about tariffs on Truth Social, writing, "We're screwed if the Supreme Court rules he exceeded his authority imposing the tariffs on imports from around the world." In a few hours, the justices consider another controversial case.
Well, the question before the court is whether states have the right to keep women's sports limited to women.
Kristen Wagner is CEO of the Alliance Defending Freedom, co-counsel to Idaho and West Virginia, which are challenging lower court rulings against their transgender sports laws.
Trans-identified student athletes feel they were unfairly banned from the sport that aligns with their gender identity. And Idaho and West Virginia are among nearly 30 states with laws that stop biological men from taking part in girls' sports in public school and colleges.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff outside the Supreme Court. The anti-ICE protests rage on in Minneapolis, clashing with federal agents after last week's deadly shooting. And now Minnesota is suing the Trump administration to stop what Democrats call an ICE invasion, wanting courts to stop the immigration enforcement. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons tells Fox,
"We only are increasing our numbers because ICE agents are getting attacked due to the lax policies that Minnesota has."
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Why 2 Indianapolis cops were taken to the hospital this morning. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 22 degrees. We're going up to 50 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02.
Car in the water for one of the victims. Every occupant out of the vehicle at this time. CPR in progress on 2 patients.
One was with IMPD in good condition, 014.
911 audio from this morning. A man is dead after he drove his car into a retention pond for reasons that are still unclear. The crash happened just after midnight. He had his 2 children in the car with him off Pendleton Way near I-465 and Pendleton Pike. His 2 kids survived because 4 Indianapolis cops jumped into the freezing water to pull them to safety.
I want to confirm Medic 37 transported 2 IMPD officers.
Affirmative.
And those 2 officers were taken to the hospital. They're expected to be okay. A system bringing some snow will make its way here Wednesday morning, just in time for your morning commute.
Snow accumulations tomorrow could be just less than a half inch. We're not looking for any sort of significant snow or significant system, but we will have chances for snow really each day on Wednesday night, and then on Thursday night and Friday night.
Forecaster Jason Puma at the National Weather Service Indianapolis says in addition to the snow, you're going to be contending with temperatures in the 20s, maybe the lower 30s through the weekend. A parent says a special education teacher at Urban Art Academy School 14 hurt her nonverbal autistic kindergartner and locked them in a closet more than once. The parent noticed her child acting scared on the way to school this past August and grew concerned when he resisted attending the teacher's class. She asked the school about it, but she said she didn't get any answers. In October, the Indiana Department of Child Services contacted her about an incident the school had not reported. The parent said the teacher pushed her child to the ground, causing him to hit his head, and on other occasions tripped or dragged him down the hallway. Police arrested an Indianapolis man after he seriously injured his roommate.
It started Friday over a day-old meal of catfish and fries.
This was a minor conflict over a meal that apparently cost $10.
IMPD officer Drew Brown says Devontae Payne snapped when his roommate would only pay him $3 for the leftovers.
This is not something where somebody needs to be struck over the head with a mini baseball bat, where a weapon needs to be fired.
But Brown says that's exactly what Payne did before stealing his roommate's phones and keys. Police used Payne's GPS monitor to track him down the next day and ended up tasing him when he pulled away while being put in cuffs. He's now facing several charges. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And IU head football coach Kurt Cignetti said Monday's national title game against Miami will bring some unique challenges.
Cignetti discussed what he has seen from Miami when he watches them on tape.
Offensively, quarterback Carson Beck really playing well. Receiving core impressive, offensive line veteran impressive, running back over 1,100 yards. Defensively, really shutting people down, creating turnovers, creating havoc up front.
He says his team is healthy and they'll attack the preparation for this game the same way they always do for any other game. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The Indiana Pacers beat the Boston Celtics 98-96, 3 straight wins for the Pacers. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. What's going on, Matt Bear?
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at northbound 465 on the east side. Crash shot, Penn Pike. It blocks 2 right lanes. Jams up traffic back to Washington Street for a 31-minute delay. Westbound 70 crash at Arlington Avenue. All lanes now open, but it's still clean up on the shoulder with traffic backed up to 465. South side northbound 65. It's slow through the construction Keystone Avenue into the south split. A 7-minute delay. Crash south side eastbound 465 on the exit to 31. Looking at the north side, northbound 465 slows 86th Street up to 865, making east, and you're slow in spots from 865 over to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by Grand Appliance. Get up to $600 back on Samsung appliances exclusively at Grand Appliance during their New Year new appliance sale. Visit grandappliance.com for full details. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. We're going to look for a partly to mostly cloudy sky today. It is going to be a bit breezy at times. Could see winds gusting around 30 to 35 miles per hour. It's going to be incredibly mild today with highs around 50. Tonight, we'll look for some scattered light rain showers possible. And then on Wednesday, early in the day, maybe a few lingering rain showers changing over to some scattered light snow showers. Could see some minor accumulations possible. Still going to be pretty breezy. Temperatures will only be in the 30s. And then on Thursday, a high of 26. spotty snow showers possible.
That's Tara Hastings of Wish TV, recovering from a cold, or maybe it's just settling in. We wish her well. We want her to be healthy and strong. Tara, thank you. Feel better.
You're
Seriously.
welcome.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:07. So does dry January really change the situation in bars and restaurants? And the answer is maybe. But you already have a trend amongst younger people where they're not drinking alcohol as much. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be here. Good to be with you. You've got the story at WIBC.com about Dry January, a wellness challenge to avoid alcohol for the entire month. I picked a heck of a month to have Trump 1 year later, considering all the bourbon that will be available to you. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. I can't wait to see you there. I don't mind people doing it. I don't mind people saying, okay, this is a month I don't do this is a month I don't do that, whatever the case may be. But the story about what's going on with bars and restaurants, what's going on with distilleries, et cetera, is much more cultural. And some people have really wanted this story to be about tariffs, and Trump put tariffs on Canada, so they're not buying bourbon, and that's why the industry is falling apart. No. There are still some provinces taking bourbon. It has absolutely had some effect. I know they want to attribute Jim Beam saying we're not going to produce anything from this facility, a large facility, for the year 2026 to everything tariffs. It's what they want to do, but doesn't make it factual. These really interesting cultural things that are going on. Not only younger generations not drinking, but the whole Ozempic world, which is leading to less people drinking because they don't have a want for it. Hey, I want people to sip and enjoy. That's what I want. What I don't want is for these bars, these restaurants, this industry to simply fall apart. And I think there is going to be a little bit of reckoning that takes place. The bars and restaurants are going to have to figure out how to remarket, and some of these distilleries aren't going to make it. It's just the way it's going to go. Then there is this. It was the Texans and Steelers last night, and there is a photo going around of a player, Azeez Al-Shaair. I don't know the player. I know he plays for the Texans. And the story going around is not about anything that happened on the field, unnecessary roughness or anything like that. It's that, you know how, some players, they put stuff under their eyes, and it's often referred to as eye black. Well, he's got a strip that goes under his eyes, over his nose, and he wrote on it, "Stop the genocide." Just for the sake of clarity here, I have to assume that Azeez Al-Shaair is referring to the Islamists who have gone about destroying the people of Gaza since Hamas took over. I mean, that's what he's talking about, right? He's talking about putting an end to Hamas and putting an end to the Islamists that have destroyed the lives of the people in Gaza. That's what he's talking about, right? He's not somebody so absolutely daft and ignorant and foolhardy as to buy in the idea of what the left has described as genocide because they're just anti-Israel. That's not what he's doing. There's just no way. I can't believe that someone in the NFL would be so absolutely ignorant to think that Israel is engaged in a genocide when every single data point proves, nope, that's not the case. But Hamas is a killing organization supported by far too many Palestinians. I mean, that's clearly what Aziz al-Sha'ir is talking about. Unless, of course, this whole thing was just AI generated, in which case, forget I said anything. Forget I said anything. I don't know. Maybe he's talking about the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. Maybe that's what he's talking about. See, I don't know from this. Stop the genocide. I wholeheartedly agree. Put an end to killing of Christians in Nigeria and in Sudan. Put an end to the horror show that the people of Gaza have had to live through because of Hamas and the terrorists who control Iran. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if this is indeed real, that's clearly what he's talking about. So, good. Glad we worked that all out. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance, and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership. Enter Autohaus Merkel. Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent at a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership. Book service now at autohausmerkel.com.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
If you got pain in your knees or your hips or in your back, that could all stem from your feet. The Good Feet store understands this. I was there. I got fitted because, I've had the plantar fasciitis. You've seen me utilize the cane before, and it's not fun. And I don't want to live that way. Talked to the arch support specialist at the Good Feet store and said, how do we fix this? And they checked the foot and they said, here, try this. And here's the system. It's this 3 arch support system. First of all, you have 4 arches in your foot. And I don't think you knew that. The Good Feet store will explain it to you. And then what the Good Feet store does is say, take a look at this. Try this. Yeah, it's going to feel weird at first, no doubt. But you start working this process. You change these arch supports, and what you will find is that you retrain your feet. You'll get this support back, and from this support, you have better balance. You start aligning your spine, your hips, and your back, your shoulders. Next thing you know, you're pain-free. That's what you get with the Good Feet store, the possibility of a pain-free future. Talk to them. Go to Good Feet and get their free, no obligation, personalized fitting. The fitting and the test walk, and you feel it. You're like, oh, this is weird, but oh, this is interesting. And the next thing you know, you start feeling better with no pain. The Good Feet store. They've got 2 Indy locations at Clearwater at the Crossing and in Greenwood just off of 65. Online at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Traffic on the 5s. Matthew Bear, what's going on?
All right, Tony, looking at northbound 465 on the east side. Crash before Penn Pike, and 2 right lanes are blocked. Traffic is jammed back to Washington Street. A 20-minute delay. Still on the east side crash. Westbound 70 after Shadeland has a slow to 465. Inbound 65 tight from the White River Bridge down to 21st. South side northbound 65 stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue into the south split for a 9-minute delay. Inbound 69 delayed 11 minutes from 116th Street to 465. On the northwest side, northbound 465 slows 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:17.
What say we start that new year with a new car at Tom Roush Lincoln? Hurry in for the 8, 9, 10 deal. Get $8,000 off new Nautilus or $9,000 off new Corsair. Or how about $10,000 off Lincoln Aviator? The 8, 9, 10 deal right now at Tom Roush Lincoln. Come get a great deal on all three from Tom Roush, where our family served yours since 1972.
Corsair stock number L25566, MSRP 55340. Nautilus stock number L26030, MSRP 62705. Aviator stock number L25384, MSRP 79450. See dealer for complete offer details.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
This hour powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer. Nobody cares for you like family.
Maria Machado will visit the White House. That is going to take place on Thursday. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. She is the one who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Not Trump, it was her. And she was very, very appreciative of Trump and supportive of Trump. She has been in opposition to Maduro, and now Maduro has been arrested, but we do not yet have regime change. One person is not the regime. The regime is all the connective tissue. Machado could very well be the leader of Venezuela. There's also Gonzalez, who is the elected leader. Remember, Maduro is not the elected leader of Venezuela. He never has been since that taking over for Hugo Chavez. He lost elections and didn't care. He's not the leader. And the people screaming this, these people are outed communists who like communists being in power. They're broken people as far as I'm concerned. But Machado's been kind of, I always thought it was Machado, and then I heard it was Machado. So if I'm not pronouncing it right, let me know. She's been kind of pushed to the side as not someone who can take over. And this has led many to believe that the taking of Maduro has not led to a crushing of the regime and the people wanting some removal. I don't know if that's the case truly, but certainly the Maduro regime still has a hold on leadership. So I'm very curious to see what this meeting is going to entail and how things are going to get discussed. She was just meeting with the Pope, Pope Leo, who put out an address to members of the diplomatic corps. This was on Friday, saying, and I quote, "It is painful to see how, especially in the West, the space for genuine freedom of expression is rapidly shrinking." He must be talking about the United Kingdom, where they brag that they have over 12,000 arrests for things said on Twitter. And you have Keir Starmer, the prime minister, and other nations that are trying to eliminate X and prevent it from actually existing in their cities, or in their countries, I should say. At the same time, says Pope Leo, a new Orwellian-style language is developing which, in an attempt to be increasingly inclusive, ends up excluding those who do not conform to the ideologies that are fueling it. Those are facts. Now, very often, and I have said this numerous times about numerous popes, when the Pope says you should do this or you should do that, well, yeah, it's the Pope. That's what he says, right? The Pope, in a very traditional form, has been very opposed to the very concept of borders. It doesn't mean I listen to the Pope. This is an interesting subject from which he's engaging from the bully pulpit. A very, very interesting subject. One that I wholeheartedly agree with, and one that I believe will fall on deaf ears to people like the UK and other European nations that don't believe in free speech whatsoever. They don't. They're simply not us. He also got into a conversation about freedom of conscience, which I will get into on Tony Katz today at noon. And then there's the idea of capping the credit card companies. And I absolutely disagree with people like President Trump. I disagree with Senator Marshall here, Roger Marshall of Kansas. The idea is they want to be able to put a cap on credit card interest at 10%. And they want to be able to say, you credit card company can only charge so much. And they take a look at the amount of credit card debt and the amount of interest and what people are spending. And this is Senator Marshall right here.
And credit cards and swipe fees as well. That's come about because there's 2 credit card companies, a handful of banks that control 80% of the market. So we want to put this cap at 10% on the interest rates. As you point out, Americans paying 20 to 30% on interest rates right now. I think this is wildly popular, and this is something that we're doing to impact the cost of living.
I disagree wholeheartedly. And Vic in the chat room saying that I have a conflict of interest. No, I'm always full disclosure. When my father passed away, I took over the credit card processing business, and I still run it as a business. It's an ongoing concern. I provide businesses with credit card processing. This is not about that side of it, because if you want to talk about the insanity of Visa, MasterCard on the acquiring side, which is what I do, oh, I'm all in. It's insane. It's crazy. And if you want to discuss things like keeping other competitors out, absolutely. Oh, nothing would make me happier than seeing the stranglehold of Visa, MasterCard get broken. It's nuts. And how they treat business owners and demands you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to provide this. Whoa, you're not in business with me. Forget you. All you are is a payment system. Who are you to set rules for how I operate? It's crazed. What Trump and Senator Marshall are discussing is the issuing side, the actual credit card itself. And the answer is government doesn't get to set any fee at all. Government doesn't get to decide this. And it's not a conservative principle. It's populism, nonsense, nuttiness. The answer is not that the credit card company has to be forced to charge a lower fee. Stop spending money you don't have. Don't put things on credit when you can't afford it. Where the hell's the personal responsibility thing here? Where the answer is the credit card company, not the spending habits and the lack of I don't know, responsibility from the American citizen? What are we doing? This is a bad idea. This is an idea that people like Elizabeth Warren cheer. As a matter of fact, she's cheering it. Don't ask me to be on the side of an Elizabeth Warren terrible idea. It's a bad idea. Happy to discuss it anywhere. Anywhere. Matt Bear has got traffic. What's going on, Matt?
Yeah, on the east side, vehicle fire on the entrance ramp from Washington Street to northbound 465. The ramp is open. And then up the street, northbound 465 before Penn Pike. That's a crash blocking the right lane, causing stop-and-go traffic back to Washington. South side crash clear. Eastbound 465 to US 31. Northbound 65, stop-and-go traffic before Keystone Avenue up to the south split. That is construction. Southbound 69 is stopped again, this time from 116th Street to 96th. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon. Biggest stories in Indy and rumors of caller roulette.
Indianapolis real estate market, it's strong, but not easy. It's a good time to sell only if you hire a real estate team that knows how to aggressively market your home, like Mark Dietel Realty. Perhaps you're worried you need costly repairs or upgrades to sell your home. Mark Dietel is the only real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel anytime you want. Neil in Indianapolis said I had already moved and listed my old home with an agent friend for 60 days. Not happy. I decided to evaluate the Mark Dietel marketing plan, and I switched. To my relief, after about 15 days on the market, the Mark Dietel team sold my home as is for the price I needed. You want to call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended, the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel right now. 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Guys and ladies, you made New Year's resolutions to get back in shape. Want real results in 2026?
Go to Centergen X and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. GetMyHealthFix.com.
Since 1983, over 80,000 customers have trusted their home to B-Window.
We're now employee owned, and that means we treat your home like it's our own.
From energy efficient windows that can cut your energy costs by up to 50%.
To stylish doors, siding, and custom bathroom models, we have you covered.
And every project is backed by our industry-leading warranty.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 60% off plus 24 months, same as cash, with 0% interest.
Because at B-Window,
we mean business.
We mean business.
We're screwed if the Supreme Court rules he's exceeding his legal authority.
93 WIBC.
Angry over what they call murder, where the protests rage on.
What happens next?
Federal agents tossing tear gas canisters into the crowd as they drive off.
Happens here.
Brutal regime response to protests verified the deaths of at least 646 people.
Violate the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause.
We got 3 in the water. We've got 3 victims out of the water.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Did you ever ride your bike with a clothespin and a baseball card? Or use a typewriter for a school paper? Then here's a timely alert. Americans born from 1945 to 1965 are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C, which often has no symptoms, but is a leading cause of liver cancer. The good news? Treatments are available that can cure hepatitis C. Talk with your doctor about getting a blood test for hepatitis C. Know for sure. A message from the CDC.
'93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A doctor is facing enhanced charges. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis where it's 35 degrees. There's a little bit of a wind chill this morning, nothing too severe. We're going up to 52. I'm Ryan Hedrick for Window Nation. Here's what's trending at 8:31. In Illinois, surgeon now faces upgraded charges in Ohio. He's accused of killing his ex-wife and her husband.
He is now facing 2 counts of aggravated premeditated murder after upgraded charges were filed by Columbus police. If convicted, he faces the possibility of life behind bars. McKee was arrested in Illinois, 300 miles away from the Tepe home in Ohio, where he allegedly shot and killed the couple while their young children and dog were upstairs. Meantime, the Tepe family is speaking out. A relative speaking to the Daily Mail saying, quote, "We had all expected it, but we weren't saying that because we didn't want to compromise the investigation."
And Mr. McKee will be back in an Illinois courtroom next week unless he's extradited to Ohio sooner. The Clintons could be held in contempt of Congress if they don't show up for a House committee hearing in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton were originally ordered to appear before the GOP-led committee in December, but asked that the date be pushed back to today, January 13th. A missing Chicago teacher has been found dead.
Police confirm the body pulled from Lake Michigan Monday is 53-year-old Linda Brown, who disappeared more than a week ago. Investigators say Brown was last seen after a movie night with her husband and was believed to be heading to an acupuncture appointment. Her car was later found abandoned near the lakefront. Surveillance video showed her walking alone towards the water early on Saturday morning. Police are still investigating as her family says they are absolutely heartbroken.
That's Fox's Ted Linder reporting. Both Minnesota and Illinois are suing the Trump administration over ongoing immigration enforcement tactics. These separate lawsuits filed yesterday come after the administration surged enforcement activity in Chicago and in Minneapolis, where an ICE agent shot and killed a woman last week. President Trump is also considering his options for a response to Iran after the country's violent crackdown on protesters.
We've seen the president turn to military strikes to crack down on America's adversaries, but senior officials are reportedly expected to brief the president on other options, including cyber attacks and sanctions. For now, the president is using one of his favorite foreign policy tools, and those are tariffs, to ramp up pressure on Iran. The president writing on Truth Social, effective immediately, any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all business being done with the United States of America. This order is final and conclusive. Still, the White House says the president's preferred course of action is diplomacy.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting from the White House this morning. The first trailer is out for Lee Cronin's The Mummy ahead of its April 17th release. The film is a reboot of the horror franchise and follows a journalist searching for his daughter who disappeared in the desert. Sports on WIBC at 8:34 when top-ranked IU plays Miami for the College Football Playoff National Championship next Monday. IU head coach Kurt Cignetti says his team will be locked and loaded, ready to go.
Yeah, we came out really good, and everybody that played in the last game will play in this game.
And he says Miami's aggressive and athletic. Kickoff at Hard Rock Stadium a little after 7:30 on Monday. The Indiana Pacers have now won 3 straight games, edging the Boston Celtics 98-96 after Pascal Siakam hit a shot with just seconds remaining. Head coach Rick Carlisle.
It's so fitting that Pascal has the ball on our last possession, hits what ends up being the game-winning shot, and he just played one of his better games.
And they call him Spicy P. He scored 21 points. The Pacers take on the Toronto Raptors tomorrow night at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Chicago Bears rumored to be considering a move to Northwest Indiana. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and team leaders toward potential stadium sites on Monday. I'm Ryan Hedrick on The Level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's going on, Matt Bear?
All right, Ryan, looking at southbound 69 and 96th Street. That is a crash, and it's hard to see with the camera view, but it looks like 2 right lanes are blocked. Just watch out for the right side of the interstate as we are backed up to 116th Street. Looking at I-65 south of the Lafayette Road interchange, that is ice reported right now, so be careful about that as you make your way down to Georgetown Road and over that bridge. Inbound 70 slow, Sherman Drive into the north split, northbound 65 stop and go on the south side from Keystone Avenue into the south split. That is an 8-minute delay in that construction zone. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:36. It's time to fill up on the news, presented by Simple Quarters. Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME, 317-900-HOME. Dow futures down 132. NASDAQ futures are down 55. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. good to be with you. These charges against Jerome Powell not going over very, very well. West Texas crude is back above $60 a barrel. Right now, $60.53. The Brent crude at $64.97 a barrel. The 10-year Treasury at 4.173. The 30-year fixed mortgage is still playing in that lower space as it has been, coming in at 6.19. Gold, $4,600 an ounce. That's $4,613 actually. Silver, $87.22 an ounce. And add to this, consumer prices rose 2.6%. Now that's going to say, wait a second. If you had 2.6%, that would tell us that prices are not going up as expected or as high as expected, and maybe inflation is coming down, which is all of the impetus one would need if they were Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, to lower interest rates. Inflation's coming down. You've got no excuses now. Nothing's in your way. Get her done. I think interest rates are going to come down a quarter point if it's Jerome Powell. Anyway, if he's out and there's somebody else in, one of Trump's guys, it's 0.75 of a point right off the bat. It's what they're going to do. The argument is our interest rates are too high. We're not competitive in this fight, and therefore we're losing an investment and an opportunity. We need to fix this. That's right. That's the argument. I don't know if that argument is going to even be seen by, at least by this Federal Reserve, as something that they can actually work with. Because I should say it this way, it hasn't. But seeing if prices are going down, and therefore they can argue inflation is going down, well then, quite clearly, they should be able to see their way to at least another quarter point, and that's going to satisfy no one. The half a point could at least get some cheers. I'm telling you, if it's Trump's guy, 0.75 of a point. But as for the charges against Jerome Powell, it isn't. It isn't being seen well. This is the DOJ saying that you're going after Jerome Powell, claiming that he is responsible for the cost overruns in the refurbishing of a building, as if he did something wrong, when this is clearly about the fact that he isn't lowering interest rates the way you want. And even if it's not clearly about that, the look is the look is the look. It's what it looks like. And so it's got people worked up. I think that politically this was a bad move. You're going to get rid of the dude anyway, so get rid of him. Charges from the DOJ while he's still the Fed chair? Sometimes this administration punches itself, which leads to a story about how Trump seems to be unpleased with Pam Bondi. It's the Wall Street Journal with the story, Trump has complained about Pam Bondi repeatedly to aides. So this is a one of those leak stories. What do I think? I think it's absolutely true, because I don't know about you, I am also complaining repeatedly about Pam Bondi. Disappointed. I saw a great future for her. I thought she was ready for this. Where are the prosecutions? Where's the movement? And when we get them, it's Jerome Powell? I don't think she'll be around that much longer. Hey, I thought she was a better choice than Matt Gaetz. I wanted to see it. It didn't work. Some things I didn't think would work have absolutely worked. And some people have quietly been sensational. Like Sean Duffy at Transportation, Doug Collins, I have no issues with at Veterans Affairs. There's a host of these things. Marco Rubio, superb. Pam Bondi's a miss. Make the change. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Tickets are on sale right now for Trump 1 year later. The highs, the lows, how we win the midterms. Happening at the Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. The bourbon will flow. The food will be fantastic. We're going to go over Trump's past year and how we use that to win the midterms. It's going to be informing, entertaining, and very, very funny. I promise. Join us, Trump 1 year later. Brought to you by Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions, and WIBC. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
Hammer Nigel here for Window Nation. I have Window Nation windows installed in my house. The cold air has stopped coming through. The warm air has stopped exiting the house because of my grade A Window Nation windows. Definitely check out their sale, windownation.com. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free.
Window Nation, the best in the business. But don't just take my word for it. Check out their A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Check out their over 45,000 5-star reviews. Now, that's a big deal because nobody ever leaves 5-star reviews, but Window Nation has over 45,000 of them. Take advantage of this deal right now. Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows for free sale. It's going on right now. Schedule your fast and free, that's the key word, free estimate at windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Indiana winters are when serious plumbing problems show up. Frozen pipes, no hot water, backed up drains. Indiana winters deserve a real local Indiana plumber. Hey, it's Denny Smith, and at my house I use LD Smith Plumbing and Drains. Real local people answering your call who live, work, and play here. And they're specialists. All they do is water. Call the company I trust, LD Smith Plumbing and Drains, 317-927-7186, ldsmithplumbing.com.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Hi, this is Chris Cox, owner of Chimney Solutions, Indiana. We're celebrating our 10th year in business. Call this month to take advantage of 10% off all chimney sweeps and inspections. We're also celebrating the opening of our new fireplace showroom on 86th Street and Lafayette Road. Come and experience our exclusive lines of wood-burning and gas fireplaces.
Call 317-557-6979 or chimneyindy.com.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Celebrate in red, white, and blue with Hammer and Nigel at Woodland Bowl January 16th. They're live at 3 and bowling kicks off at 6:30. Go to WIBC.com for your chance to win tickets to the sold-out Red, White, and Bowl presented by Jack Daniels and benefiting the Bowlers to Veterans link.
Traffic on the 5s, Matt Bear, what's happening?
What's up, Tony? Looking at a vehicle fire on the entrance ramp. This is east side, northbound at 465 from Washington Street. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. On the east side, crash, northbound 465 shy of Penn Pike. It's on the shoulder now, slow to I-70. And then northbound at 465 approaching I-69, your usual slowdown from 75th up to 69. Inbound 69 crash. Right lane is blocked at 96th Street, backed up to 116th. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
34 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:45. All right, I have my guests. I have it locked in. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here's how we play our game. Producer Carl has picked a television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. I'm allowed to phone a friend, or I can utilize the chat room, youtube.com/WIBC. Just go to the WIBC channel on YouTube, subscribe, and you can see the show every single morning.
No.
Really?
No, it's close at the beginning. Right there. That sounds like Band of Brothers.
Yeah. That's what I went with right there.
Are you sure it's not Band of Brothers?
No.
Interesting.
Wrong gender.
Wrong gender?
Yeah, wrong.
All right.
Band of Sisters.
Ross in the chat room says this is the theme song to Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Oh my, Ross! Good work.
Looks like Ross.
Well done.
It looks like Ross likes Jane Seymour.
Bro, who does? Jane Seymour.
She's incredible.
Matt Bear, seriously.
Yeah, I love her. So much.
Can we get a little applause? Jane Seymour.
Thank you, Carl.
Jane Seymour.
Love her.
Yeah. Seymour.
Keep it going.
Seymour.
Keep it going.
I'm almost done.
6
I'm
minutes to
almost done.
traffic. Keep it going.
By the way, ask me to applaud for Helen Mirren. This show will never end.
She's fantastic.
Well done. Well done there. I have never seen an episode of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. You can turn it off now. Seriously, it's ridiculous. There it is. So, a couple things. First, a little housekeeping. Today, Eat, Drink, Smoke is live starting at 6 p.m. There's an event going on at Big Hoffa's Barbecue there in Westfield. You can go to their website, bighoffas.com, and get the information. It's an Old Forester bourbon event with a barbecue buffet, and you can talk to them about the ticket things. We're just bringing the show out there and talking about Old Forester. Can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Eat, Drink, Smoke is there at Big Hoffa's Barbecue in Westfield. And so come by and say hello and do all the things, but get the information from bighoffasbarbecue.com. Then we have, right? So Big Hoffa's tonight for Eat, Drink, Smoke Live. And then we've got Red, White, and Bowl, presented by Jack Daniels with Hammer and Nigel. That's taking place, what, this weekend? That's this weekend, isn't it? We've got that going on. Oh, I think it's sold out. January 16th. Yeah, it's like in a couple days. So you got to go check that out. Isn't it sold out? Maybe it's not sold out. I don't know. Go to WIBC.com and find out if you can get tickets. See if you can make that happen. See if you can, I don't know, show up and no one's going to be wearing pants. It's going to be pretty amazing. And then with me, January 24th, Trump 1 year later. Red Tie Gala, the highs, the lows, how we win the midterms, 3 bourbons to try, incredible food all night, the live music, you're going to laugh. It's going to be a very entertaining night, fun night, great to get together with people. Cannot wait to bring it to you. Premier Arms, PA Jewelers, Defiance Beef, Chimney Solutions Indiana, all great sponsors helping make this happen. Cannot wait. Get your tickets. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. It's going to be at the Hyatt Regency, downtown Indianapolis. Safe, secure, easy to work with. You can do street parking. There are other places to park. You can valet it if you want. They charge for the valet. I'm letting you know right now. But it's going to be an incredible night. Incredible night, so worth it. A great night out, and you could do the cocktail attire. You could do the business suit. You could do the tux and the gown. It's red tie. I'm going to let you decide. You could also wear, if IU wins, which we're all hoping they do. They're the team to beat in the national championship. You could wear your Hoosier Red gear, and that will suffice. That will suffice right there. Tony, it's not perfectly red. Could you please just leave me alone? I'm trying to help people out here. Tickets.TonyKatz.com, WIBC.com. Trump 1 year later. Can't wait for it. On Tony Katz today, at noon, which is another program that I do, and it's going very, very well. So thank you for that. The latest on Iran. We will see what happens with the Supreme Court hearing these cases regarding transgender students and athletics. They're going to be hearing cases at 10 and at 11. They're going to be hearing this. President Trump is scheduled to discuss the economy today. That's going to be taking place in Detroit. So seeing what that is all about, we'll see what time he actually gets started, see if I can bring that to you. So there's a fair amount happening that we've got on the show. Look forward to getting to it. And then the story out of The Nation, which is a leftist site, liberals think Antifa isn't real, but it is, and it knows how to win. And it says, to protect us all from the violence of the Trump administration, we must defend Antifa. So, the left went from saying there's no such thing as Antifa to Antifa isn't what you think it is. And they're now in the phase of, oh, Antifa is exactly what you thought it is, and that's a good thing. This is how they do it. This is how they do it. Yes, crimson for IU and not red. I was going with the red tie thing. Could you all just leave me alone? Just help a brother out. It's all I asked. Sorry, didn't mean to throw it back there like that. Antifa is real. Of course it's real. Everybody knows it's real. Only the left told you it wasn't real because the left lies about everything. How can you trust these people? Antifa isn't real? Good Lord. This is one of the things we're going to be getting into. One of the things we're going to be discussing on January 24th. This is why these people can't win the midterms. This is why we have to. And there is a blueprint for it. I've got it. Liberals think Antifa isn't real, but it is, and it knows how to win. You mean violent Antifa? The punch a Nazi Antifa? The destroy property Antifa? The communist Antifa? We should be defending the communists? Good Lord. We are in a bad, bad, bad spot. Very bad. Dangerous. Dangerous spot. And what we need to do is recognize that these people can't win. How we fight back. And what do we mean by fight back? Because this is the open call to go about the destruction angle. It's good for us. Well, we can't have that. We can't have that. I will be getting into this on Tony Katz Day at noon. I hope you'll join me then. Hope to see you January 24th. Tickets.tonykatz.com. Eat, drink, smoke tonight at Big Hoppa's Barbecue. Go check that out, bighoppas.com. And I don't know, maybe producer Carl will lay off the sound effects and make us all happy. Maybe. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, the east side northbound 465 crash before Penn Pike and slow back to Washington Street. And a crash on the entrance from Washington to northbound 465. Both of those on the east side. The ramp is open, by the way. South side northbound 65 stop and go traffic.